Hello, Kirby World. Welcome back to Michael's Living Room. We're here for another edition of 2025 Year-End Growth Workshop. Myself, Mark Hilo, and my esteemed colleague,
Randy McCrary.
And today we have the honor and the privilege and the pleasure of talking to the #1 distributor in the world for the third quarter of 2025. So you're going to be way up there ranked at the end of the year because she is chasing Gold Circle as we speak. None other than Mid-Michigan, Andrea Cortese. Good afternoon.
Hey, good morning, Andrea. Hey, we appreciate you taking the time to spend the time with us today.
Not a problem. My pleasure.
We're going to hit you with a couple of quick questions, and it's all going to make sense to you. First, we want to ask you, and I know you've been around Kirby for a minute, and you're a Kirby lifer, but you've seen a lot of people come and go in Kirby. So I think this first question would be, what do you think a person's biggest challenge is in the Kirby business?
Consistency or lack thereof. If you're not consistent, the programs won't work. So if you're not consistent, you're never going to see your success. And staying away from negative people. I mean, if you're around negative people, you're just going to get negative. So I would say keeping a good attitude, and that's probably a big challenge. But if you're around negative people, you probably can't do that. So stay around good people and stay consistent so the programs work.
I like it. Very well said.
And I think that kind of leads into these questions kind of tied together. We don't know what your answer is going to be when we ask them, but understand what the biggest challenge is. I think, what do you consider, you kind of said it right there, what do you consider to be the main factor right now in the growth of your distributor this year? Because I know last year you were global leadership, which was over 1,200, and this year you're chasing, as Mark just said, that 2,400. So what do you consider right now as that main growth? Is it surrounding yourself with positive people, staying in the field? What do you believe that is for you right now?
Staying in the field, first and foremost. As soon as I got out in the field, I got to see, the challenges that we were facing, and then I had a way to help them solve those challenges. So being in the field is probably the biggest one of the things, and surrounding yourself with positive people.
I like that. I like the fact that Andrea is very short and to the point, not like some of the people we have been interviewing. All right, now, you used the word consistency and attitude, so maybe for our viewing audience, we'll elaborate. How do you sustain your attitude and your consistency within your distributorship?
Staying in the field, as well as, going through the same things everybody else goes through, so I can understand what they're going through. And if I stay positive, they're going to stay positive. I'm, really big on those Kirby 10 commandments and going over those daily. The first thing is having a positive attitude. So I know that that's the most important thing. We make our living with our attitude. And if I'm, lead by example, it's meant to be, it's up to me, right?
Very well said, yes.
It's so true, because when you say those and you tie all those together, you talked about the biggest challenge is a person just staying positive, surround themselves with positive people, and then you just also emulate that to them. Let's get swift gears on you here a little bit right now. I know that in recruiting, obviously recruiting is important to everybody in Kirby, but I think you yourself are a Kirby Life recruit. When you're in your standard recruiting and just your regular morning meetings, is Kirby Life something you're consistently promoting? Is that what's helping the growth of your company right now?
Always. I mean, a third of my office is Kirby Life. I'm Kirby Life. Most of my family is Kirby Life. So, I live my life by Kirby Life. That's really the only way to do it.
How do you promote that when you talk to Kirby Life? How do you introduce that in your training class, or even to just a person you might meet in the street if they talk about the opportunities, maybe what you're doing? How do you approach them on that?
My whole life, that's like, people ask me about, my success or what I've done. And I say, my dad got me into the business, and it starts right there. My dad got me into the business, and here I am. Kirby Life is, important, because if you believe it, people that, or if you're successful, they're going to believe in you because they see the results of you being successful. So you can't lie.
You're living it. I love it. All right,
Yes.
Let me ask you this. You've been having a stellar year, so congratulations. You've been winning everything. Super positive, all the trips, all the jewelry, great things are happening to you. And I know that you had some serious goals that you set for yourself for the year of 2025. So maybe you could tell us how important are goals to you, and how are you kind of really sharing and imparting that with everybody in your organization, like your goals?
My goals are, the organization's goals is going golden circle, and, I want their goals to be, working for themselves and being successful, which means, being promoted as a distributor. So everybody, if they're on my team, everybody has a goal of being a distributor someday. And the ones that don't have the goals eventually fall off. So it's important to have the goals, because if you don't have a goal to reach, then you're just out here I guess, flying around and not having a purpose.
Beautiful. And now a quick shout out to your brother-in-law. I know you did a remarkable job with Phil this year. Right? And he's on the verge of becoming a factory.
Yep, he's going to be the first FD that I've promoted, and it's even more exciting that he's my brother-in-law, but he is exceeding all the expectations I ever had for him. And, he's following the programs, and he's out in the field with his guys every day. So, if you want to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk.
Well, I think we know that Phil is the #1 DT. I think he's always in the top first or second when the compiles come out and stuff like that. And he's also Kirby Life, right? Mm-hmm. Phil's a Kirby Life recruit. Well, again, Andrea, we really appreciate you taking the time today. We know you're a busy distributor, where it's right before the holidays, or it's right after the holidays. We appreciate that.
Between two major holidays.
Right, between two major holidays, that's for sure. But, in your last question, we want reflecting right now on all the stuff you're talking about, attitude and Kirby Life and consistency and staying in the field and setting goals for yourself and setting goals for people in your organization, help them grow. What do you think right now is going to continue your success in 2026? Because, we end 2025, and then we have that new AOP that comes out for ourselves. Your supervisors ask you to do that. What are you going to do in 2026 to continue all the growth and success you've experienced this last year in 2025?
Promote more DTs and stay in the field, so I can, create more second line management, which then turns into more DTs, and they can do the same for themselves. So staying in the field and having more goals. Golden circle again.
Beautiful.
Again, I like that.
You have a cousin you're about to promote, speaking of 2026?
Asa is about to be promoted too, yep.
Congratulations. Awesome. It's a pleasure to see your success and to watch you evolve and grow. Couldn't be more proud of you. As we often say, the nut doesn't fall far from the tree. Randy?
Not at all. I'm sure your father's very proud. But we here at World Headquarters are proud too, because we're watching your success grow from just a newly promoted distributor now to hopefully ending up Gold Circle this year and going beyond from there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Do you have anything else you'd like to say to the people in TV land?
Keep kicking butt, and let's see how we can do to the end of the year and go big or go home.
I love it. Thank you so much. As we always end our broadcast, we are
positive.
And we are
out. Thank you so much, Andrea.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Pleasure.
Bye-bye.